Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight, we are following the major and heartbreaking updates in the Javeayah Harris case out of Aiken County, or Aiken, South Carolina. This is the update that people were waiting for about her being found, but what the details in that is really, really bad that we're going to talk to and go over this press conference on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turn my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me stand. Judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth.
Let's go.
Hold up, lights on, chat in the room, another late night and another headline blooming. Coffee gone cold, but the story got heat, and one little detail keep tapping my screen. Coming in clutch, when the timeline bends, we don't just scroll, we connect loose ends. Somebody said nah, that's probably enough, but the chat said Justin, we're coming in clutch. Run that back, don't rush that part. Something felt wrong from the very first start. Different day, same shaky excuse, and the math ain't mathin' when we check the proof. I'm not here to play detective for fame, I'm here when the story starts changing names. One clip, one call, one post too much, and the whole room knows we're coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, yeah, the facts stay loud. Truth don't hide when we bring the crowd. Screens lit up and the chat don't sleep. We dig real deep where the stories get steep. Pearls in the chat, lights in the back. Somebody better explain why the story went flat. You can dodge one question, maybe dodge two. With the internet clock, what you said don't cue. Wait. Say that again, you said it was there, then it wasn't back then. You said you forgot, but the record got saved. Now the chest wide awake and the room just changed.
Coming in clutch when it all gets strange, when the facts get buried and the tone starts change. We don't need drama, the truth does enough, that's why they pull up, we're coming in clutch.
Late night crew, yeah, we built this thing. One live stream turned to a whole damn ring. Members in green minds holding it down. Whole chat moving like a small town crowd. No fake hype, no lazy spin, just one more clue when we're back again. If it don't sit right, we don't let it slide. We put the detail right up on live.
Coming in clutch, say it one more time. Whole room locked on the very next line. From the first red flag to the final touch, you know where to be, we're coming in clutch.
When the screen fades out and the night gets still, somebody somewhere knows truth comes real. We'll be right here when the next facts drop. Coming in clutch and we don't just stop.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube or Twitch or wherever you're watching me from, wherever. I really do appreciate you all. Tonight, we are talking about the Javeayah Harris case out of Aiken, South Carolina. And I was planning on going to stream this morning. However, one of my BFFs, her husband had a massive stroke last night and he had to go into surgery and stuff. And I was literally on the phone with her all night. And, well, not all night, but a lot of the night. And so I went to bed really late and I had to do some other things, but we're here now. Nonetheless, we're here now. And we're going to be talking about the bad things that little Javeayah, that she has went through. And I just want to give you a big warning that this is tough if you've not yet seen it. And really bad. So we're going to get started with that. Thank you so much, Jen. Really do appreciate you renewing your membership, girlfriend. Good to see you. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, and let me just say this, that the things that we're learning right now is not even a 10th of what we will know once this goes to court. Seriously. Law enforcement gives us the bare minimum of what they know. And thank you guys for the prayers. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you for the prayers for my friend here. Do appreciate you. So it's really, really, really bad. Hey, Miss Carol, Powder Puff, good to see you. Faye, Wendy, Susan, Grace, Peggy, other Susan, Miss Connie, hello. Good to see you, my dear. So we're going to get right to it. It's really bad, and there's just not enough time, in my opinion, that they could give these mofos. Not enough time that they could give them. I'm going to try to keep my composure on this one. Credit's going to go to our friends WRDW News 12. They have done an absolute tremendous job on this, locals. I mean, honestly, Aiken, South Carolina has done an amazing job fighting for justice and what is right in Javeayah's case. You just couldn't get any better. Lake Life, thank you so much, my dear. Beautiful. You're so beautiful. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you. Ooh, Lord. Sheriff has done an amazing job. An absolute amazing job. Oops, let me see here. Doing the wrong one. Here we go. So credit's going to go to WRDW. Amazing sheriff. And thank you, Connie. Thank you so much for my dear for renewing your membership. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. My heart breaks for this little girl. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to hold it together. Let's go. Check it. Thank you, Teresa. Appreciate you. If you received that, make sure you thank Teresa. Thank you, love. Appreciate that very much.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. In just a moment, the sheriff will come out. He does have a prepared statement.
I just want to show you guys as well. If you notice, there, the sheriff, he will be wearing a pink tie, and a lot of people's wearing pink for Javeayah. That's the great thing about small towns. You know what I mean? Clippy, this was a little bit ago. So there's that. Hey, Jules. I don't know what that means, baby. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, though. Thank you so much. Am I missing something? Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know where Sherry is today. I'm not sure where Sherry is. She might be here in a little bit.
For the update in the case involving Javeayah Harris. Also, at the end of the conclusion of the statement, the sheriff will answer some limited questions. Just keep in mind that there's some details of the case he won't be able to discuss. So go ahead and try to have your questions thought in your head now. So at the end, we can go ahead and ask those questions. So thank y'all.
All right, here we go. They do have. Hey, Grey Wolf. It's bad. The details are so bad. So bad.
Good morning. I'm Marty Sawyer, and I'm the sheriff in Aiken County. Thank you for being here today, especially the citizens of Aiken that's come in. Thank you for being here. And I'm here to provide an update on the investigation that we've been investigating the death of 4-year-old Javeayah Harris. These updates never get easier to share. This past week has been heart-wrenching for everyone, but we've seen an outpouring of support in Aiken County and a massive joint law enforcement effort to search for and now to seek justice for Javeayah Harris. Personally, there's some very harsh words that I would like to use about Johmarea and Michilae and their actions.
Michilae.
But I will not do that. And I will not do that to protect and maintain the integrity of this case. But I will tell you this. I will not refer to them as mom and dad or mother or father. They don't deserve that title.
Fucking A.
I stand before you saying this is one of the most difficult, deeply disturbing, and emotionally taxing investigations this office has ever worked, and it's weighed heavily on this sheriff's office, all these other law enforcement agencies, all these people behind me that's worked tirelessly to bring this to an end, and it's weighed heavily on our community. I am truly sickened to share what this investigation has uncovered. From the moment Javeayah was reported missing,
So sad.
the sheriff's office, as well as our law enforcement partners and first responders, we responded with urgency, determination, and compassion. What started as an exhaustive and complex search quickly grew to something that I would have never imagined. Now understand, I cannot discuss all the details We should have stopped the train. Understand that I cannot discuss all the specific details in this case.
Thank you, Serenity.
But at this time, I can share that a few human remains were recovered in an area known as Cedar Creek Reservoir.
Notice how he says a few human remains.
Also known as Stumpy Pond in Fairfield County. These remains were immediately sent to the State Law Enforcement Division, and through analysis, the DNA of the remains are consistent with being the biological offspring of Johmarea and Michilae. I want to also share with you that through forensic evidence, statements, and analysis, extensive and deliberate efforts were made to destroy and conceal evidence following Javeayah's death. Our information reveals the use of corrosive chemicals and other tools that were used to accelerate the destruction of her little body. After this was completed, these two individuals poured what remains were left of Javeayah into the Cedar Creek Reservoir. These subjects went through great lengths to cover their repulsive and revolting actions. In my 37-year career in law enforcement, I have never, ever heard of anything so horrific. As a result of this information, it's unlikely that the entirety of Javeayah's body or any other remains from this point forward will be recovered. And I'll say this again, we had all hoped and prayed to find her body, but with the information we've uncovered, that's simply not possible. I want to also announce additional charges for destruction and desecration of human remains have been filed against these two individuals. I know this is heartbreaking for anyone who's followed this case. It's heartbreaking for our office. For all the law enforcement across the state that's worked on this case, countless hours to find every piece of evidence with the hope of bringing Javeayah home. It's heartbreaking to our community. Our commitment has been to pursue the truth regardless of how difficult it may be. While no announcement can lessen the profound loss in this case, our commitment remains unchanged. Today is not only about the evidence recovered, it's about a child whose life was taken far too soon.
Thank you, Gigi.
While today marks
Thank
a
you.
painful chapter in this case, it does not end our work. Our investigators will continue to pursue every lead, examine every piece of evidence, and work closely with the Second Circuit Solicitor's Office to ensure that justice for Javeayah is pursued. I ask you to pray. Pray for Javeayah and her extended family, our staff, all these other law enforcement agencies, and this community. Again, I want to thank all these law enforcement partners, local, state, federal, other first responders who assisted in this case. But from the time I announced at my last press conference that the investigation had taken us outside of Aiken County, I specifically want to thank the State Law Enforcement Division, South Carolina DNR, and Sheriff Will Montgomery and the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office. These DNR divers spent hours and hours and hours searching. Finally, I want to again thank our community. Throughout this investigation, you have demonstrated compassion, encouragement, patience, and prayers. We recognize the emotional impact this case has had on so many, and we thank you for standing with us. Together, this community has shown that even in the face of tragedy, compassion, unity, and service remain stronger than the darkness we've encountered. I'm going to take a few questions, but if it didn't come from this press release, you're probably not going to get much more. At this point in time, with what they're charged with, that would be a question for the solicitor's office later down the line. I don't want to speak for them.
And what have you guys learned from relatives or other close family about when Javeayah was last seen alive, and whether or not any one of the close family members had raised any concerns about not seeing her for an extended period of time?
I'm just going to say the same thing I said at the last press conference. We believe that she had been dead for about a month before the 911 call.
Has there been any evidence that you guys have found in the last few days or victims of the child abuse standpoint towards Javeayah that was it one specific incident that potentially killed her? Was it a long jump?
I can't
Exactly,
speak on
Tony.
that. I know the answer. I'm just not going to give that.
You all have on the pink ties and the pink ribbons. You collaborated with them and mentioned seeing the picture of the individual tonight.
Well, everybody's put on Facebook to wear pink. The pink's her favorite color. We just thought it would be, we care about her like everybody else does. We have people that'll be at the vigil tonight. I have a previous speaking engagement, so I can't be there. They come late, but we just want to show that we're human beings. We're not robots. We care about the people in this community, especially a 4-year-old little girl. This is the most disturbing thing you'll ever see.
I have one more question.
I'm not going. Our investigation led us there. Okay. Thank y'all, and thank you, community.
Thank you all. Y'all did a wonderful job.
There is something that the sheriff said, and I will just never be able to get this out of my head. I will never, ever be able to get this out of my head, what he said, and it's the truth. He said they poured Javeayah's body into the lake or the water. Four years old. That is something that you just can't even fucking think of. This little girl. Because they used corrosive chemicals, acids. And now we know in the backyard why they had that fire, why it smelled like chemicals in that backyard. Now we know. Unbelievable. Holly, thank you so much, baby. Appreciate you very much. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Boy, oh boy. It is beyond evil. It's beyond evil. Yep. Bingo, Batgirl. Adam Montgomery, same way, yeah. It's thank you, 1971. Devils. Absolutely.
Marty, Sawyer, giving us the update that I think we were expecting but hoping would never come. And that is that they found Javeayah Harris's remains. And I was, as he was speaking, to try to make sure I didn't forget anything, I had to stop in the middle of that and just try to take in what he was saying, because that was some truly sick stuff that he was saying that came from this news conference. I'll go ahead and read out just a little bit of what we wrote down here. So he started off by thanking everybody for being there, said he had harsh words that he would like to use to Johmarea and Michilae. He said he won't refer to them as mom and dad or mother and father because they don't.
That is not a mom and dad. That is not a mother and a father. That is not a human being, for that matter. That is not a human being to do that to anyone, much less a 4-year-old little girl who just wanted to live and be a human. And what is just so sick about this is, and I always talk about these in these children's cases, these parents and caregivers, they will treat their kids like shit, like hell. And the kids still love them. The kids still love them, and they'll still protect their mom and their dad or their, whoever, their caregiver. They'll still defend them. That is the love of a child. That's all they know. That is all they know. And in turn, a parent should love their child the same way. But the kid doesn't always get that. Kid doesn't always get that. We're going to come back to this in a minute, but I want to go to this. We're going to go to WIS 10. 1 second. Unbelievable. I mean, talk about sick.
We're staying on top of that breaking news right now at 12:30 after the Aiken County Sheriff's Office announced the remains of Javeayah Harris were found in the Cedar Creek Reservoir in Fairfield County. Now, we do want to warn you that the details released by officials this morning are very disturbing. The sheriff says that it's unlikely that all of the remains of the little girl will be located because of the efforts used to destroy the evidence using, quote, coercive chemicals and other tools. Now, her parents are both charged with homicide by child abuse, and the sheriff says additional charges for destruction of human remains are being filed. Our Billie Jean Shaw joins us live from Fairfield County to pick up this live team coverage. Billie, this case is very devastating with a very sad outcome.
It is so devastating, Alex, and that's how this community feels. We're at one of the local gas stations where the locals stop to get gas or a snack in this hot weather, and the news is still spreading. In fact, our chief photographer, John, and I were talking to people who are in disbelief. They said things like that just don't happen here. Just to give you an idea of how unbelievable it is, people are like, I live down that road. I live near Cedar Creek. We're right off of the exit where some of little Javeayah's remains were found.
You know, that's a very interesting comment, Ruby. No wonder they looked dead inside in jail. The the family member, the one of the family members, they said it didn't even look like them. I mean, how could you do that to a 4-year-old?
Even looking behind me, you can see that this curb just turns into woods. It's rural back there. There are bodies of water back there. And it is an isolated area of Fairfield County, but not too far from the Great Falls, Chester
Same.
County line where authorities have been searching. We want to pull up some of that video from the search earlier this week where we knew that SLED had helicopters. We know that different agencies, as far as Kershaw County, were even out assisting with the search, Fairfield County Sheriff's Office as well, along with state and local agencies. And it's just been heartbreaking as people were hoping for the best outcome after authorities announced they presumed that Javeayah was dead for at least about a month. And just to give you an idea of where her remains were found in relation to where authorities were searching, you can see where the Cedar Creek area is from the Great Falls area. When we researched, it was only about a 6-minute drive difference. So very close. But as I said, this is heartbreaking news for so many people. I spoke to one mother who literally started crying when she learned the news that Javeayah was so close. Take a listen.
Like I said, that don't happen around here. That's not something that's normal. And just hearing stuff like that just sends chills down my body, you know, because I can't understand who would have the type of heart to do that to a child, their own child especially.
And that was Jacqueline. She lives in the Great Falls community that we now learn that's where Javeayah's parents grew up. They were church members. They worked there before they moved to the upstate in Aiken County. So a lot of people are familiar with their families. Jacqueline also says that the city has been showing up in pink. At any given time, you can see someone around town wearing pink in honor of Javeayah. So the news is still spreading. It's definitely hurtful, whether you knew Javeayah or not, and the impact is definitely being felt here. Of course, we will continue to bring you reactions from the community coming up later today on WIS. Alex, back to you.
Thanks for the update, Billie Jean. And I know our hearts are very heavy this afternoon. And we will continue to follow this breaking news all evening long, including live coverage from the
It's just absolutely beyond anything that I have destroyed by chemicals. It makes me, I want to go here in a little bit. I want to go back to that backyard and remember that Facebook woman on Facebook, and she was talking about them like the backyard smelling like chemicals or something like that. I remember her saying that. So there's new charges that are out. Obviously, they can't charge them enough, in my opinion, on the two monsters. I'm not going to use their names. I'm not going to call them parents. I'm going to be like the sheriff and not call them a mother, a father, a caregiver, anything like that. Angela, thank you so much. Imagine ending life of one child while another one is kicking in your belly. Holy hell, that's a thought. Evil walks on the earth. Yeah. And she knew she was having that baby that night. That's the only reason they called. That's the only. Oh, I agree. I agree. There is nobody that needs the penalty more, in my opinion, than these two. That performative 911 call is haunting, knowing she knew the baby was dead. Yeah. What an actress, right? What an actress. New charges are out. I further state that there is probable cause to believe that the defendant's name above did commit the crime set forth, and that probable cause is based on the following facts. That on June 8th, 2026, in the county of Aiken, Javeayah Harris did commit the crime of graves, destruction, desecration, or removal of human remains, in that he did willingly, knowingly, and unlawfully destroyed and or damage the remains of his deceased daughter, Javeayah Harris, age 4, by using a chemical agent to accomplish this task. This occurring at 39 Hillsboro Street, Aiken, South Carolina, is a violation of South Carolina Code of Law 1617-600A1. And the same is for the egg donor. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you very much for your support. Thank you for that kind comment. No heart. None. None. It's beyond. In beyond. Okay. I want to go to Meredith Anderson from WRDW. Again, she's done an incredible job covering this, local reporter there. She says, I've gotten questions about the animals at the home of we'll just call them where they live. I have confirmed with Aiken County Code Enforcement that they removed several dogs, chickens, and ducks, and a bunny from the home. Saturday, they took 4 dogs. The bunny was removed Sunday. They took 12 chickens and ducks Monday. All were surrendered. The bunny, duck, and chicken have been rehomed. The 4 dogs are in the Aiken County Animal Shelter. Not sure about their adoption status, but asking about their condition, I was told no animal was in a condition warranting charges from us, meaning that there was no obvious signs of ABUSE. This is the pic is from Tuesday when deputies were back out searching. It's amazing they can take care of their animals, but they can't take care of their children. I do too. I will never, ever be able to get that out of my head, what the sheriff said. That they poured Javeayah's remains in the water. I agree, Serenity, but I believe it should happen while they're alive and just throw them in some acid. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, we're going to go WFXG. WFXG. Oops. Credit's going to go to them. You know, I think a lot of us thought that this was going to be bad. The chemical acid thingy really got me. Really got me. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah. Yeah. So no trial because they pled guilty. I don't know how it works in.
God has your first and last name. My name is Stephanie Perry.
They probably don't to avoid the death penalty.
I stay like maybe a good mile from where she stayed at, and it's just break my heart because, you know, I'm having grandkids and I love kids, and it's just horrible. It's just very horrible.
And let me ask you guys, being a part of the community, you guys were here today. What was your initial reaction after hearing the severity of how they found Javeayah?
My heart rate is up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna continue to pray, and not only just for what happened, for the parents, the family, the whole community. Yes. We need to come together as one and look out for each other. Yes. You know, the children in the neighborhood, everybody basically.
And your initial reaction?
My heart breaks. It breaks because nobody deserved this, period. But right. Baby, come on. I'm just hurt right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to go to the area that she was found. I agree, Serenity. Absolutely. 1,000%. No sentence will be bad enough for what they did. There are people saying that the sperm donor, that his attorney is already paid for. There is a petition right now for Javeayah's law, and it needs to happen. Petition purposes: Javeayah's law aimed to add more protection for children. A petition is asking lawmakers to pass Javeayah's law to close what it calls a federal loophole in strengthening protection for children. According to the petition, law enforcement and the FBI and volunteers have spent significant time and resources searching for Javeayah after she was reported missing. The petition argues that false reports like this exploit a community's goodwill and drain emergency resources. The petition points to 18 U.S. Code 1038, which allows strict financial penalties for certain hoaxes like BOME threats. It argues that the law does not automatically impose the same mandatory financial consequences when someone fabricates a child's disappearance. It says penalties can be relatively low compared to the true cost of large-scale multi-agency searches, and restitution may not be guaranteed. The petition also references Kaylee's law statutes in some states. It argues those law focuses on failing to report a missing deceased child in time, not on an active fabricated cover-up that triggers a major multi-agency response. And they should absolutely have to pay for this. I mean, they're never going to get out, but in my opinion, but regardless, still, they need to be paying something. Credit's going to go to WRDW. Yes, Justin called it, even saying she may end up in, yeah.
We are hearing from a close friend of Javeayah Harris's paternal grandmother, that grandmother who is the mother of Javeayah's father, Johmarea Harris, now in custody of the newborn baby, and she shares with Michilae hearing. Today, Billie Jean Shaw at our sister station in Columbia sat down exclusively with Justin Singletary, who grew up in the small town of Great Falls, where Javeayah's parents are from, and says it's been difficult watching the investigation unfold. He says he has been in daily contact with Javeayah's grandmother, trying to keep her spirits lifted. Singletary says she's trying to cope with unimaginable loss and says the family is still searching for answers and leaning on the community support.
A sad situation. Knowing definitely the grandma, she's a sweet person. Always, love on people.
And it sounds like to me that the egg donor, she had these protection orders in place as a means to keep the family away from them in a way to keep them from seeing Javeayah in the family.
Wave at you when she sees you, and to kind of know, that she's going through this. It's pretty sad and it's hard. And we just wish we could make it better for her.
The Singletary also telling WIS Javeayah's grandmother is asking for community support as she is raising the baby girl. Michilae Harris gave birth to the same day investigators say she falsely reported Javeayah missing. They are hosting a donation drive that is happening this Saturday from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at Divine Oasis Salon and Spa on Two Notch Road in Columbia.
Yeah, so the mother is what is this? One second, let me check this. Okay. The mother or the grandmother is going to be raising this brand new baby. Thankfully, they'll never have to be with these two monsters. Hopefully, well, never. That's the good part about it. Okay, we're going to go to this right here. One second here. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet. Greatly appreciate you all being here.
Those documents claim the girl's mother, 23-year-old Michilae Harris, told investigators she did not seek medical attention after knowing Javeayah had been injured.
So think about this. They injure Javeayah. After they injure Javeayah, they don't get her help. They let her die because of what they did or the mother did. And then they destroy this 4-year-old in acids and tools. And then they pour her in the water. Unimaginable.
And investigators allege her father, Johmarea Harris, contributed to concealing her death by failing to report it. The warrants say investigators believe the child remained in the home after her death between May 1st and June 15th. Deputies said a search of the family's Aiken County home revealed Javeayah had not been abducted and instead had been dead over a month. The warrant claims the mother told them she disposed of Javeayah's body at another location. Deputies said she also filed a false police report that her daughter was missing. News 19 obtained audio of the call that deputies said the mother made to 911 on June 30th, claiming her daughter couldn't be found, again, weeks after investigators say Javeayah was already dead.
Ma'am, I don't have one. My phone is not on, but I can still call 911.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm on the way to you. Just to confirm, where was she in the house when you saw her last?
No, she wasn't in the house, ma'am. She been playing outside today. And she asked me, can she play for a little bit more before it got dark? And I said yes. And I literally, her bath water is in the tub, ran, and dinner is cooking, and I came out.
She made it seem like she's in her pajamas. She wanted to play a little bit more. Bathwater ran, cooking dinner. Lie.
Get her, and I can't even find her.
Okay, is there a certain place you...
Can't even find her. Well, sure you can. Sure you can. You had her in the backyard with corrosive chemicals and then took her body and poured her in the lake.
She likes to play outside?
Usually in the chicken coop, and that's usually where I find her every day. And I just looked in here and she's not in here.
Monday, law enforcement
it's
were
the
on
other.
scene investigating in Fairfield County off of Pea Ridge Road at the Sawyer Creek access area. Fairfield County Sheriff's Department told us they are assisting by keeping the scene secure, but they are strictly a supporting role. And the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources is also assisting, who says in a statement, "We can confirm our investigations unit, dive team, and canine unit have been assisting Aiken County with the search for Javeayah Harris." News 19 asked the Aiken County Sheriff's Department how they knew to search in Fairfield County, but they could not confirm to us at this time. Those documents claim the girl's mother, 23-year-old Michilae Harris, told investigators she did not seek medical attention after knowing Javeayah had been injured. And investigators allege her father, Johmarea Harris, contributed to concealing her death by failing to report it. The warrants say investigators believe the child remained in the home after her death between May 1st and June 15th. Deputies said a search of the family's Aiken County home revealed Javeayah had not been abducted and instead had been dead.
Okay, so parents back in court. Parents back in court. Y'all ready for this? Credit's going to go to WRDW. Parents back in court. Who's ready? I said parents. I shouldn't have said parents. The monsters are back in court. I've got to train myself. The monsters are back in court. Y'all. I was not expecting this.
Do find that you probably qualify for a court-appointed attorney. You need to contact the public defender's office, and that number is on the paperwork. Your first court appearance is scheduled for August 28th at 9 a.m. Your second appearance is October 23rd at 10 a.m. Initial and sign where it's highlighted yellow. You will get a copy of everything you sign. Victim services. If appropriate, based on you being in the jail, if you can comply with DSS, that's a condition. All right, based on the totality of the circumstances, I do find that you're a flight risk and a danger to the community, and I'm going to deny your bond. Thank you. She's got it now. I'll give it to you.
Get used to it, mother.
Back full, and nobody does it. You've been watching that with Michilae Harris, 22 years old, making a court appearance there on a destruction and desecration of human remains charge in front of the judge there. We're watching as we queue up there in the box the second court appearance. That is for Javeayah Harris's father, Johmarea Harris. And that is what we are watching happen now. I can't tell you, though, in just the last few minutes you watched as as that court appearance was happening. This was unlike we saw over the weekend where the judge was unable to set a bond in a murder charge. This judge saying in this charge here this afternoon that she found Michilae Harris a danger to the community and denied her bond.
Hell yes.
This is Javeayah Harris now making his court appearance on that same charge.
You can have a seat. State your name for the record, please.
Javeayah Harris.
Mr. Harris, you have a right to a jury trial. You have a right and an obligation to attend all court proceedings. If you do not show for a court date, a bench warrant may be issued for your arrest. You may be tried in your absence, or you may face additional charges. If your charges are dismissed or you are found not guilty, you have a right to have them expunged, which means they will come off your record. You have a right to represent yourself, hire an attorney, or see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, which we will start in just a moment, but you will need to contact the public defender's office yourself to see if you qualify. This charge will be heard in general sessions, therefore you're entitled to what is called a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing does not determine guilt or innocence, but determines if probable cause exists to move forward with your case. If you would like a preliminary hearing, you need to submit the form I'm going to give you, notice of preliminary hearing within 10 days of today. You're charged with destruction of human remains, which carries a mandatory 1 year up to 10 years and will be heard in general sessions court. The first set of forms is a checklist of the rights I gave you. The next set of forms is more information about your rights to an attorney. Do you want me to see if I think you qualify for a court-appointed attorney?
No, ma'am.
You're going to hire an attorney.
I have a lawyer already.
Okay.
From what I understand, he already has an attorney paid for.
Your first court appearance is scheduled for August 28th at 9 a.m. Your second appearance is October 23rd at 10 a.m. Initial and sign where it's highlighted yellow. You will get a copy of everything you
They
sign.
just care about themselves.
Aiken services.
Yes, ma'am. Just asking that he complies with the assessment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah,
I agree.
You're to comply with DSS requirements.
I don't know. Liz, thank you so much. Welcome to the Pearl family. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Unbelievable, guys. I mean, this is truly... I just was not expecting the
All right,
chemical
based on
thing.
the totality of the circumstances, I do find that you're a flight risk and a danger to the community, and I'm going to deny your bond.
Good.
We're just watching Michilae Harris and Johmarea Harris making their first court appearance on this new charge, destruction of human remains. The sheriff announcing that this morning in a press conference there in Aiken County. They believe now, we've learned in a warrant, that little Javeayah Harris died on June 8th, 2026. Parents there, then after not reporting a head injury, failing to call 911, getting the little girl help, used some type of chemical to dissolve the best they could her body, take her to a reservoir, and pour her, the sheriff said, into the water there. They have used DNA and the remains that they have been able to find to link them back to these two parents. The sheriff saying today that Cedar Creek Reservoir was where they found her remains. said they were extensive and deliberate efforts made to destroy and conceal evidence and hide Javeayah's death. In 37 years, the sheriff says he's never heard or seen anything so horrific as this case, saying that he will not call them mom, he will not call them dad, father, or mother. They do not deserve that title. Again, you're watching the exclusive video just now of the first court appearance, if you will, for the parents of Javeayah Harris. That is Johmarea Harris and Michilae Harris, now charged with destruction of human remains. It is a charge that carries up to 10 years in prison. Unlike the court appearance that we saw over the weekend, this was not a judge who simply could not set a bond. The bond here was denied because they were, quote, a flight risk and a danger
to the community.
We will have much more on this story coming up on the news at 4 o'clock. Thank you for watching.
Just absolutely abhorrent that anyone could do something like this to children, to anybody for that matter. Okay, guys, I want to show you this. This really warmed my heart. Just the community there. Great people. There's just great people everywhere. As bad as, you know, they're I just love this. People of all, you know, different faiths, different beliefs, different cultures, different colors, all coming right here to stand around and pray for Javeayah and the family. I think that is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful that they did this. Isn't that just a beautiful picture? Yeah, community is amazing. Up to 10 years is not enough. I hope there will be more. Yeah, all walks of life. Yeah. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Might as well post this. We may never find out the truth, but Candace has never been wrong. Maybe this was what the mother had over the father's head. Did he have a drinking or rug problem? The family knows. I bet you that. I believe everything Candace said. Okay.
I feel abused, but I feel like there's more than.
Who is this? Someone sent this to me. Who is that? Oh, that's a psychic. Never mind. Never mind. The memorial is nice. The prayer vigil is nice. Yeah, Aiken, they're not playing here. They're not playing at all. Oh, let me show you this. Let me find it real quick. Hopefully the Javeayah's law will happen as well. Okay. Pull this up real quick. They were out at, I think this is it. Unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable that people can do this. Okay, here we go. Trying to find, they were out there. Okay. So this is on the border of Chester County. Let me find it right here. I think it's right here. 1 second with this commercial. Right here.
We're staying on top of that breaking news right now at 12:30 after the Aiken County Sheriff's Office announced the remains of Javeayah Harris were found in the Cedar Creek Reservoir in Fairfield County. Now, we do want to warn you that the details released by officials this morning are very disturbing. The sheriff says that it's unlikely that all of the remains of the little girl will be located, because of the efforts used to destroy the evidence using, quote, coercive chemicals and other tools. Now, her parents are both charged with homicide by child abuse, and the sheriff says additional charges for destruction of human remains are being filed. Our Billie Jean Shaw joins us live from Fairfield County to pick up this live team coverage. Billie, this case is very devastating with a very sad outcome.
And one thing that's interesting to note, it says authorities allege the girl died June 8th after a head injury that was caused by abuse by her mother. The girl wasn't taken to a doctor for treatment for the injury as well. Thank you, Tanya, for the Sunday. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you, Patty, for the gift. Appreciate you. Hey, crazy. Good to see you, honey. Oh, they'll get way more than 10 years. You better believe it.
It is so devastating, Alex, and that's how this community feels. We're at one of the local gas stations where the locals stop to get gas or a snack in this hot weather, and the news is still spreading. In fact, our chief photographer, John, and I were talking to people who are in disbelief. They said things like that just don't happen here. Just to give you an idea of how unbelievable it is, people are like, I live down that road. I live near Cedar Creek. We're right off of the exit where some of little Javeayah's remains were found. Even looking behind me, you can see that this curb just turns into woods. It's rural back there. There are bodies of water back there. And it is an isolated area of Fairfield County, but not too far from the Great Falls, Chester County line where authorities have been searching. We want to pull up some of that video from the search earlier this week where we knew that SLED had helicopters. We know that different agencies, as far as Kershaw County, were even out assisting with the search, Fairfield County Sheriff's Office as well, along with state and local agencies. And it's just been heartbreaking as people were hoping for the best outcome after authorities announced they presumed that Javeayah was dead for at least about a month. And just to give you an idea of where her remains were found in relation to where authorities were searching, you can see where the Cedar Creek area is from the Great Falls area. When we researched, it was only about a 6-minute drive difference. So very close. But as I said, this is heartbreaking news for so many people.
Thank you, Liz.
I spoke
Appreciate
to
you,
one mother who literally started crying when she learned the news that Javeayah was so close. Take a listen.
Like I said, that don't happen around here. That's not something that's normal. And just hearing stuff like that just sends chills down my body, you know, because I can't understand who would have the type of heart to do that to a child, their own child especially.
I got to show y'all something next.
And that was Jacqueline. She lives in the Great Falls community that we now learn that's where Javeayah's parents grew up. They were church members. They worked there before they moved to the upstate in Aiken County. So a lot of people are familiar with their families. Jacqueline also says that the city has been showing up in pink. At any given time, you can see someone around town wearing pink in honor of Javeayah. So the news is still spreading. It's definitely hurtful, whether you knew Javeayah or not, and the impact is definitely being felt here. Of course, we'll continue to bring you reactions from the community coming up later today on WIS. Alex, back to you.
Thanks for the update, Billie Jean. And I know our hearts are very heavy.
Okay,
this
so I want to
afternoon,
go.
and we will continue to.
I want to go to the other day. If you remember, Tracy Fant played something. And I want to show you guys that. Remember the other day, they were taking out this stuff from the yard. Now that's a burning barrel. It's not uncommon for people to have, a burning barrel, especially in the South. People use them and all that. PGH, 1 year of a pearl. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much. Appreciate you, PG. Love you, baby. Thank you so much for your continued support. But look at this right here. Do you guys remember this? This plastic barrel, right? Those plastic barrels is what you can put the chemicals in. Am I freezing up crazy, Buck? Oh, thank you so much, Powder Puff. Appreciate you, baby. She took us, yeah. So look at this. This was the other day.
Doing one in Union Friday.
What's this?
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And they still ain't found the body yet. No, not yet. But I know that they've been looking around a lot of bodies of water though. Yeah. And she in that water over money, so whatever in there probably just. I know the investigators looked all up under there, but it's just like it's just weird that the way they said everything went down. And for them to have her, for them to have her here for all that time. So I'm down in Aiken, South Carolina today, man. I know you guys have been seeing me post about the story of little 4-year-old Javeayah,
A bleach is a corrosive, right? It's a corrosive.
who was first listed as missing. However, unfortunately, they discovered that she is deceased. Her parents confessed. Her mom, from the confession, took her life, and then they discarded her body. Her remains have still not been found. But like I said, I'm down here in Aiken today.
Okay, I want to look closer here.
Took her life, and then they discarded her body. Her remains have still not.
I don't know if that's like this thing right there. I don't know if that's like the top to
I've
the
been
barrel
found.
or what.
But like I said, I'm down here in Aiken
Totes and all
today
that stuff.
at the memorial site, and this is the trailer that they lived in. Looks like they had a couple of dogs. Like, I don't know how many dogs they had out here.
There was 4
They
dogs
might
out
have
there.
quite a few dogs out here. They got like 4, 5, 6, 2, 4. You got about 5, 6 dog houses. Oh no! This.
Don't forget that they burnt the entire backyard at one point too. There was, I do remember there was lye.
The chicken coop. Okay, this is a chicken coop. My bad, y'all. I'm from Detroit, so I wasn't familiar. But yeah, this is the chicken coop right here that her mother claimed that she was playing in when she called the police.
Yeah.
It's a chicken
We
coop.
played it just a
Dang,
minute
that's
ago, baby.
crazy. To give y'all a better perspective of it. So when the mother made the 911 call, which is also on my page and on other pages
yeah.
as well, shout out to the news media outlets for keeping up with this case and doing such a great job and keeping us informed. And anyway, the mother made the 911 call, and on the 911 call, the mother tells the 911 operator that she was in the house cooking, and that's the trailer right there. She said she was in the trailer cooking. She said that she ran the little girl's bathwater, and she came outside.
Now, right there, that's that barrel, right? Let me see here.
She was in the house cooking, and that's the trailer right there. She said she was in the trailer cooking. She said that she
You see
ran
that barrel right there. I mean, I knew she didn't know at the time, but they took this barrel out for testing. There is a metal barrel, and then there is a plastic barrel there as well. Amen. Amen.
The little girl's bathwater, and she came outside, and she claims that
Little girl's bathwater. You poured, these parents literally poured their daughter in a lake. That's not bathwater.
Javeayah was supposed to be playing in the chicken coop right here. However, you know, it's been since
Lying-ass
discovered that that was
people.
a total lie. And they said that they found out that the investigators said from the confession that the child had been deceased for about a month.
And look at all here. All this stuff where they've, makes me wonder, why were they burning a mattress and all this stuff as well?
This is a pile of burned, I don't know what this is. Like a burned mattress. Like they set some clothing on fire.
Was what, 5 months ago? So, according to the court documents, they're saying June 8th, which is a month ago. They're just saying June 8th, that according to the documents. Rocking, thank you so much for the heart, honey. Appreciate you very much. Thank you.
What's up with that? But as you see, it's like a mattress and some other stuff that's burned right here.
That's like a kid's chair, it looks like, right there.
Yeah, they're still searching. They're searching near some waterways. So I don't know if this was some kind of fire pit or like I don't know what happened like that. But yeah, they're searching the waterways, and I'm not sure if the confession led them to search the waterways or what.
Yes. Good point, Rockies. Good point. Supposedly, she was unalived for peeing the bed. That could explain the mattress being burnt. And, they could try to burn it, obviously, for, the evidence. A lot of people thinks that they can burn off the cadaver smell as well. Very good comment. Very good comment, Rockies. Very good comment. Absolutely. BGH, thank you so much for the happy poo gift. Appreciate you, babies. Good to see you. Thank you very much. And we have a dumpster for contractor stuff from Mom's business. I'm trying to keep going. Mom, Dad likes. Oh, you're okay, horsey. Love you, darling. Crazy says the law enforcement needs high praise for solving so quickly. I agree. Thank you for that, Crazy Buck. Appreciate you. All the praise. They did a wonderful job. Take note to the bad sheriff agencies out there. She did save her little girl. Yeah.
That's it. That's the chicken coop.
Set an example. Yes. Exactly.
I tell you what, it stank back here. I ain't gonna lie.
There you go.
It stank back here. Fishing poles. A little garden or whatever. They must be growing a little garden back here too.
Yep.
Man, listen, I've been digging up all this stuff. I ain't gonna even hold y'all.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been digging up all this stuff. Like, I ain't trying to tell the investigators how to do their job.
So for those of you that are just joining us, they found a little bit of Javeayah. The parents have, according to the sheriff, they unalived Javeayah and put her remains in chemicals and corrosive and tools that they apparently dismembered her with, put her in corrosives to more or less dissolve her into, liquid, and they, quote, poured Javeayah in the lake after dissolving most of her. Another barrel. Yeah. Thank you, PGH. Appreciate you.
But I'd have been turning over all this stuff. The girl got all that, what's it called, lime on it? Y'all see that lime right there?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd have been turning over all this stuff. The girl got all that, what's it called, lime on it? Y'all see that lime right there? Man, I'd have been digging all this stuff up. That's crazy.
Thank you, Michelle.
Let me go back around. So you see, like I said, you guys, I'm out here. It smell like fire over here too. That's interesting. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm wondering if they, the neighbors now, if they smelled anything. I wonder.
Yeah, this is where they lived. Man, when I tell y'all that fire, it smelled like it really stinks
They
down here.
dissolved her.
I'm not even lying, y'all. It really
What did you say there?
Man, when I tell y'all that fire, it smelled like it.
See, look at there. There's a barrel, clear barrel, and then that's like the burning barrel. Right there. You can see two different ones. Right there. Did they burn her after they put chemicals on her? I don't know. It's amazing to me that they found anything of her after it being a month, and then finding, her in corrosive chemicals, and then dumping her in a lake. They found just a few little pieces of her, and what we understand, according to the sheriff. Hey, Deb. Yes, PGH. Yes. Pray for her. Thank you so much, honey. Deb, have you heard about Javeayah? Do they have other children? She had another child a couple hours after she called Javeayah missing. A couple hours later. Thank you, love. Lazy. The dad's story was sus from the very beginning. I know, who goes to 4 stores like that? I mean, it just didn't make sense. I honestly thought she was going to be in the landfill. I didn't think that they would go to this length to try to dispose of her. I thought that they would have dumped her in, you know, a dumpster. Did they burn the plastic barrel? That would stink so bad. No, not that
It
we're
really
aware of.
stinks down here. I'm not even lying, y'all. It really. Let me go back to this fire. Let me go back to this fire pile right quick. Because I wonder. Oh no, I'm not
I think
looking.
you did it
No,
for
I'm
his
not looking
alibi.
for nobody or anything. I came to the memorial site. You know, this is where the little girl. This is where the 4-year-old was reporting missing
Hold on. Isn't there... Hold on.
from.
Wait a
And so,
second.
if you see the beginning of my video,
Isn't there like jugs of bleach here somewhere in this video?
of course, I'm out front of the house, and then I just, walk back here because there's nothing preventing you from walking around. What big bin? Somebody said, what's in the big bin? I don't see a bin. Let me go right here, though. Hey, this is... Man, I'd have been... all this... It wouldn't be a stone unturned. I'm not lying.
Look at that right there. I mean, you can't hardly see it, but like there's a bunch of...
There's
all kinds of bottles and stuff.
a whole bunch of bottles of bleach.
There we go. There we go. A whole bunch of bottles of bleach. What is bleach? It's a corrosive, right? That's what a bleach is.
Four bottles of bleach out here. This...
They burnt that bed.
Fire pit. And that's crazy. Went down right there.
Until they burnt plastic. Fucking monsters, man. Monsters.
Mm.
Did we see those bleach?
4 bottles of bleach out.
Where's that bleach at?
Whole bunch of bottles of bleach. 4 bottles of bleach out here. This...
They wanted nothing left of her. Nothing.
Fire pit. And that's crazy. Went down right there.
It was by the mattress. Just crazy.
That smell is strong too, y'all. I'm not lying. I don't know if it stank this bad because it's a chicken coop.
And they did say that
chicken coop. This is a chicken coop her mom claimed she was playing in. Said she liked to play with the chickens. This is a chicken coop right here.
and you got to remember that they said the bones, the remains that they were able to get out of the lake or the water area did match to be descendants, a direct descendant of the monsters who did this, meaning the mom and the dad.
Another fire pit right here. That's why I smell. That's why I smell so much like smoke and fire around here. They got like 3 or 4 fire pits. House right here.
They said that it's unlikely that Javeayah's all of her remains will be found. So I'm going to show you this right here. Maybe if I can find it. Oh, it's over here. That's why. Let me show you this. Okay, here we go. Oh, thank you so much, PGH. You are so kind to me, baby. Thank you so very much for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. That's so sweet. Thank you so very much, my love. If you received one of those, make sure you give our very generous PGH a big, big thank you. Thank you so much, babies. Much love to you. Horsey, I can't believe someone can take an... Yes.
Good morning. I'm Marty Sawyer, and I'm the sheriff in Aiken County.
Let me
Enforcement effort.
Let me
And I
find.
will not do that to protect. And Dad,
Let me show you what the sheriff says.
in Aiken County, and a massive joint law enforcement effort to search for and now to seek justice for Javeayah Harris. Personally, there's some very harsh words that I would like to use about Johmarea and Michilae and their actions. But I will not do that. And I will not do that to protect and maintain the integrity of this case. But I will tell you this.
You know what I think they need to
I will
do?
not refer to them as mom and dad or mother or father. They don't deserve that title.
I think they need to put like a bench out here or something in memory of Javeayah. Don't you think that would be nice? Because she's always going to be partially here. You know what I mean? I think that would be nice. To put like a bench out there. Or a little memorial or something. Let me find this one. What do y'all think? Yeah.
I stand before you saying this is one of the most difficult, deeply disturbing, and emotionally taxing investigations this office has ever worked, and it's weighed heavily on the sheriff's office, all these other law enforcement agencies, all these people behind me that's worked tirelessly to bring this to an end, and it's weighed heavily on our community. I am truly sickened to share what this investigation has uncovered. From the moment Javeayah was reported missing, the sheriff's office, as well as our law enforcement partners and first responders, we responded with urgency, determination, and compassion. What started as an exhaustive and complex search quickly grew to something Now understand, I cannot discuss all the details. In an area known as Cedar Creek Reservoir,
listen to this.
here, that a few human remains were recovered. In an area known as Cedar Creek Reservoir, also known as Stumpy Pond in Fairfield County. These remains were immediately sent to the State Law Enforcement Division, and through analysis, the DNA of the remains are consistent.
Listen to this.
With being the biological offspring of Johmarea and Michilae. I want to also share with you that through forensic evidence, statements, and analysis, extensive and deliberate efforts were made to destroy and conceal evidence following Javeayah's death. Our information reveals the use of corrosive chemicals and other tools that were used to accelerate the destruction of her little body. After this was completed, these two individuals poured what remains were left of Javeayah into the Cedar Creek Reservoir.
Oh, this isn't far from me. I was just looking how far it was
These
from
subjects
me.
went through great lengths to cover their repulsive and revolting actions.
It's only about 3 hours from me.
In my 37-year career in law enforcement, I have never, ever heard of anything so horrific.
Yeah, you remember.
As a result of this information,
remember Kaylee's last pictures? They were like at a dam or something like that. Or Tylee. Sorry. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Adam Montgomery.
it's unlikely that the entirety of Javeayah's body or any other remains from this point forward will be recovered. And I'll say this again, we had all hoped and prayed to find her body, but with the information we've uncovered, that's simply not possible. I want to also announce additional charges for destruction and desecration of human remains have been filed against these two individuals. I know this is heartbreaking for anyone who's followed this case. It's heartbreaking for our office. For all the law enforcement across the state that's worked on this case, countless hours to find every piece of evidence.
I know, Pam. That's what I was saying earlier.
Javeayah home. It's heartbreaking to our community. Our commitment has been to pursue the truth regardless of how difficult it may be. While no announcement can lessen the profound loss in this case, our commitment remains unchanged. Today is not only about the evidence recovered, it's about a child whose life was taken far too soon. While today marks a painful chapter in this case, it does not end our work. Our investigators will continue to pursue every lead, examine every piece of evidence, and work closely with the Second Circuit Solicitor's Office to ensure that justice for Javeayah is pursued. I ask you to pray. Pray for Javeayah and her extended family, our staff, all these other law enforcement agencies, and this community. Again, I want to thank all these law enforcement partners, local, state, federal, other first responders who assisted in this case. But from the time I announced at my last press conference that the investigation had taken us outside of Aiken County, I specifically want to thank the State Law Enforcement Division, South Carolina DNR, and Sheriff Will Montgomery and the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office. These DNR divers spent hours and hours and hours searching. Finally, I want to again thank our community. Throughout this investigation, encouragement, patience, and prayers. We recognize the emotional impact this case has had on so many, and we thank you for standing with us. Together, this community has shown that even in the face of tragedy, compassion, unity, and service remain stronger than the darkness we've encountered. I'm going to take a few questions, but if it didn't come from this press release, you're probably not going to get much more.
Sheriff, with how this investigation has unfolded and these additional charges off the parents, at some point, do you have plans to push for the death penalty?
At this point in time, with what they're charged with, that would be a question for the solicitor's office later down the line.
He's asking about the death penalty.
What have you guys learned from relatives or other close family about when Javeayah was last seen alive, and whether or not any one of the close family members had raised any concerns about not seeing her?
The question about the death penalty was, would they pursue it? And he said they don't know it. That would be for the solicitor.
I'm just going to say the same thing I said at the last press conference. We believe that she had been dead for about a month before the 911 call.
Has there been any evidence that you found over the last few days?
It's cute.
When it comes to the child abuse standpoint towards Javeayah, that was it one specific incident that potentially killed her? Was it long going?
I can't speak on that.
Oh, what was the question there?
Child abuse standpoint towards Javeayah, that was it one specific incident that potentially killed her? Or was it long going?
Was it one specific thing that unalived Javeayah, or was it something that was long going? And he said he couldn't answer that.
I can't speak on that. I know the answer. I'm just not going to give that.
You all have on the pink ties and the pink ribbon. Can you elaborate on what that means to you? And
It's very sad, farm girl.
here, we put together this video tonight. What does this moment mean to you?
Well, everybody's put on Facebook to wear pink. The pink's her favorite color. We just thought it would be, we care about her like everybody else does. We have people that'll be at the vigil tonight. I have a previous speaking engagement, so I can't be there. May come late, but we just want to show that we're human beings. We're not robots. We care about the people in this community, especially a 4-year-old little girl. This is the most disturbing thing you'll ever see.
All right, one more question.
How did you know to go to
I'm not going to. Our investigation led us there. Okay. Thank you all, and thank you, community.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, I want to show you some things here. People have really been, I guess, the local Walmart. They did this for Javeayah. I mean, the community is just really turned out for Javeayah here. And then we have this little cross with Mickey Mouse. Isn't that cute? And then someone did this, made this AI photo of Javeayah and her little sister or brother. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I'm not sure. Not really sure. But the area that they were searching right here in this reservoir, lots of different access ways here, but they found very, very little. Okay, Miss Sassy, thank you, honey. Let me look. What you seeing, Miss Sassy? Oh yeah. The family friend, I don't know if I showed this or not, but they spoke out on the baby. I'll show you that as soon as this is over with. But they're saying that this happened a month ago, June 8th. Okay, here we go.
Harris's paternal grandmother, that grandmother who is the mother of Javeayah's father, Johmarea Harris, now in custody of the newborn baby, and she shares with Michilae hearing. Today, Billie Jean Shaw at our sister station in Columbia sat down exclusively with Justin Singletary, who grew up in the small town of Great Falls, where Javeayah's parents are from, and says it's been difficult watching the investigation unfold. He says he has been in daily contact with Javeayah's grandmother, trying to keep her spirits lifted. Singletary says she's trying to cope with unimaginable loss and says the family is still searching for answers and leaning on the community support.
A sad situation. Knowing definitely the grandma, she's a sweet person. Always, love on people, wave at you when she sees you, and to kind of know, that she's going through this is pretty sad and it's hard. And we just wish we could make it better for her.
The Singletary also telling WIS Javeayah's grandmother.
I did not notice this. Let me show you this, guys, right here. We're going to come right back to this, but I did not notice this. You can tell that's swollen and black compared to her other eye. Fucking evil, yo. You can tell right there that is swollen eye. The father has a lawyer of his own. He went to work days before, called the 911, and mother worked. Who was the daycare before then? I don't know. Compare it with the other eye, you can see that it's her lower eyelid right here is swollen. They found very, very little of her remains in the reservoir. And the reason is because they used corrosives to dissolve her remains. God only knows what this poor baby went through. I cannot even think about it. I can't even think about it. My mom said snakes be at chicken coops. How could... Yeah, they do. Yeah, they will be. I do too. I hope they are in General Pop. Sure do. Sure can do. Also, I'm going to show you something here in a minute about the family. They were kicked out of their other place.
She is raising the baby girl. Michilae Harris gave birth to the same day investigators say she falsely reported Javeayah missing. They are hosting a donation drive that is happening this Saturday from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at Divine Oasis Salon and Spa on Two Notch Road in Columbia.
Okay. So look at this right here, guys. They were evicted in January. So I guess this is when they moved. The Union Housing Authority 1/7/2026. They filed 1/6/2026 written for ejectment with document. So they officially kicked out 1/7 or 1/6/2026, and I guess that's when they ended up moving. And thinking about that, where they lived before, the neighbors would have probably known a lot sooner had there been a more community around her, but that was to not be. That was to not be. They are facing 20 to life, yes. Yeah, some people said that. I didn't notice that, though. But some people saying that there's a welt between her lip. 1 second. Let me look at that again. Let's check that out. You can definitely tell her eyes. Well, yeah. From what the documents allegedly say, that there was a head injury, allegedly because she peed her bed, which is, happens, especially for a 4-year-old. Especially if they're, abused or neglected as well. Just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. 1 second here. Such a lion. Lies. But they've also had extra charges come out of the willfully on June 8, 2026, the county of Aiken, and both of the parents did commit the crime of graves, destruction, desecration, removal of human remains, in that they willingly and unlawfully destroyed and or damaged the remains of their deceased daughter, Javeayah Harris, age 4, by using a chemical agent to accomplish the task. This occurred at 39 Hillsboro Street, Aiken, South Carolina. They can go to hell. Straight to hell. What did he say in his confession? We don't really know much about that. How much is the trailer rent? Housing authority is like $200 for people with $1,000 a month, utilities paid, etc. I don't know how much they paid for the rent there. That they don't really say. Let me see here. It doesn't really say. What time is it? It's 5:16 there. Okay, more should be coming out soon. But yeah, that's pretty much the update on this, guys. Does she have blood by her pupil? I don't know. But I hope they fry those two. I hope they fry them. I hope they have a hard time in prison every single damn day as well. It can't get hard enough as far as I'm concerned for them. It just can't get hard enough. I just see, when I look at this photo, I just can't help but see sadness. I just see sadness. It's sad to me. Me too. But we're gonna again keep up with it, and anything that happens, I'll be here on it. We will see. I'm gonna be back here in a little bit. We're going to be covering some Nancy Guthrie, and we may also, if I have enough time tonight, we may go over the 16 kids in Ohio that was found. It's really bad. Jennifer, hey darling, you just getting here. I'm getting ready to end it, but they did find a little bit of her. I would go back and watch the press conference here. The parents used corrosives to dissolve her and put her in the reservoir. I wish we had this sheriff in Nancy Guthrie's case, or Summer Wells's case, or Sebastian's case, or Jack and Lily. I don't know. It's crazy. Are you guys following the Ohio case? Love you too. Let me know. Are you guys following the Ohio case? Oh, Jennifer. Scroll back just a little bit. It's bad. It's so bad. Okay. You are. All right. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. The dollhouse my father was building. Okay, someone text me something. All right, guys, if you have any information you want to send to me, you can always send it 307-228-4906 or email alljustice, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com. You'll be 1 billion % anonymous. Yep. Pawpaw's released. We got a lot to talk about on that one, man. I feel like the junior and his mom were like the brains of the operation, in my opinion. Thank you, Golden Key. All right, guys. Love you. I'll see you guys here in a little bit. It's 5:30 now. Give me an hour and a half. I'll be back. Okay? Much love, everyone.